Hey everybody, this is Athletes and Antiquities, and in today's video, we have a 30 card PSA return. So this return was, it was an it was the $15 submission that opened up in February. So it's been, I got it about 2 months later, but I'm finally opening it now because it was just sitting around. I never really got around to it. So yeah, it took about 2 months. So really not bad on the turnaround times. They really fixed it since their craziness during COVID. They're really down to kind of close to what they were pre-boom. You know, before that, it would be like a month for bulk on the high end. So it's nice that it's finally down to somewhere similar around there. But yeah, so this submission, I sent it at the very end of February before they announced the extension of the $15 tier into March. So I rushed through it. So I don't know all the cards, but I'm gonna quick cut and I'm gonna get them out of the boxes so you don't have to watch me fumble around with them. All right, so I got them out of the package. So this one, if you watched my first PSA return, it wasn't my first one, it was the first one I recorded and put on this channel. If you remember that one, you'll notice that like in that one, I knew exactly what the order was going to be of those cards, and I had a pre-grade for all of them. I usually do that. This is the first submission that I've ever not done that, where since I was getting close to the deadline at the end of February, because I didn't know they were going to extend it, I kind of rushed this out. So I eyeballed these grades, and I knew like around what they would get would still be beneficial to me. Or it was a PC card and it didn't matter. But I don't have a record of like what I thought they were gonna get and what the order of the cards is. So we're gonna go in kind of blind here, and I'm just gonna give my estimation. I'm gonna move the camera a little bit. I'm gonna give my estimation for what I think it's gonna get, but it's from a very brief look over, you know, probably a few seconds before I reveal it to you guys live. So they're not gonna be, my predictions probably won't be super accurate. That's not PSA's fault. Like if I'm like, oh, I think these are all 8s and all 7s or whatever, it's just kind of from my kind of like guesses. So here we're gonna start with this large stack. So the first card is this is a reverse energy from, this is from the Call of Legends era. And this is, it's a play promo, but in all the Call of Legends packs, their energies were very unique. That it featured like Pokemon from, I think mostly Johto, I think, all like that were that type, and this is just a cross-hatched version of that. I remembered it not being a very clean card. It looks like maybe a 7 or an 8. I'm gonna guess 7. Oh, all right, okay. So maybe this will bode well for the video. Maybe it'll go the other direction from what I thought. But the lighting looks a bit dark, so sorry about that. But we start off with a 9. That is really good. I think that's a bit a bit generous. I mean, the front is hard to tell with the edges and stuff because there's that like kind of whitish yellowing that all the Call of Legends cards and Heart Gold Soul Silver had, but like there is some whiting on these corners. That's on the case, that white dot. But I still think 9 is a bit harsh. Like there's some silvering at the top here. Very hard to tell on camera, but 9, that is a phenomenal start. That is a 2-grade bump from my initial reaction. So the next card is a Squirtle reverse from EX Fire Leaf Green. I bought this TCG Player or like Troll and Toad a while ago. There's some light hollow scratching, and I'm looking through my phone onto the card, so it's not super accurate. I don't see a lot of whitening. If that other one was a 9, maybe it'll be generous, but I'm gonna say 8. And it gets a 9. Okay, so maybe we had a generous grader this time. This is a phenomenal start. 2 9s already on cards that I did not think would get 9s. Again, that one was much more close to a 9, where I'm okay with that. The first one really I don't think should have been a 9. Even though it is my own card and it's my best interest for it to be a better grade. I will be honest when I need to. Like, I don't think that first one was a 9. I'll sell it as a 9, but I will note some of the damage on the card because that's not a PC card for me. But we have a bunch of Japanese cards here. I believe this is from that 10th anniversary. It is. So I opened a 10th anniversary binder. I didn't send all the cards because some of them had some damage on them, but the rest of these should all be really good. I'm expecting, honestly, all 9s across the board for these. So here's the Celebi, and it gets a 10. Okay, so maybe I should just bump up every grade I want. I think it should be by 1. Maybe I'm being a little bit too harsh. I'm a little bit of CGC's rubbing off on me or something. But there we go, 10 on the first 10th anniversary. These cards are all unique art, very good holo patterns, It's a phenomenal set. If you don't have this set and you kind of like this kind of style, this era, this 10th anniversary set, I believe it's 12 cards. That could be completely wrong. Maybe there's 10 because it's the 10th movie. That sounds way more correct now that I'm saying it. But there's a whole bunch of them, but they're all unique arts. I'm going to show you a few of them here, but not all of them. So we're just going to, instead of pre-grading all these, I think all these in a row are all the same set. So this one is also a 10. Okay, this is a amazing start. I mean, I'm trying to try and like be unbiased here, but these are like all 9s and 10s so far on cards that have been sitting in my binders for years, except for this in particular kind of set. It's still very good. This, I love the colorless ones for this one because the holos just pop. And this is the Latios, so I believe the next card will be a Latias because we're going in backwards order here. And we get the Latias 10. Are we gonna 10 all across the board for this set? Maybe. You know, this was a set I was thinking of selling, but if we get all 10s on this one, I might just have to keep them. You know, the difference between the 9 and 10 price wise is pretty good, so I'd probably make a decent amount if I just sold them and bought the 9s, but 10s that I grade myself, I have a soft spot for. I'm sorry that this looks a little bit dark. Maybe it's because my brightness is low. I'm gonna quick pause it and I'll be right back. Okay, so I am just being a boomer. That was a really stupid. My phone's screen was on super low brightness. So I was like, why is the lighting terrible? But yeah, so now it looks good for me. So hopefully it still looks good for you. But we have an amazing swirl on this Latias. Let's compare the two. What are they, brother sister? I don't think so because they had the heart on that tag team cards. It'd be kind of weird if they were brother sister, you know. But like whatever. Maybe they're boyfriend girlfriend or something. But this combo amazing in the 210s. Sequential certs, of course, you know, we had to do it, but our 9s and 10s piles are looking great so far, much better than I originally thought. I'm gonna try and get them on screen here so you can kind of see the pile build up, but hopefully that wasn't just like a crash and burn from here on out. But I think we're still on this. Oh no, we're not on this set anymore. We're on English cards, so either I submitted them out of order or I only submitted 3, but I really thought I submitted more than 3, so I have no idea what this is. Okay, so this is a Gabite from it's from an advent calendar that was released in 2007. A very niche item. These advent calendar cards are very hard to find. I knew it wasn't in great condition, but just these cards are so difficult to find that I wanted to get it slabbed because they're very low pops. I'll put it on screen what the pop is for this because I actually don't know off the top of my head, but lots of edge wear down here. This better not be a 9. This is worse than the Call of Legends card, so I'm gonna call it a 7, and it gets an 8. Okay, so the constant trend of being 1 grade below is still going strong, but 8 again, that's a little bit of a weak 8, but very good card, very hard to find card. The only difference with it is this little stamp right here, signifying the calendar. There's been a new calendar, so their snowflake is different, but it's the same principle. But yeah, very hard set to get. So an 8, you know, I am totally okay with that, because I thought it was gonna be a little bit lower than that. So we'll take that. We're back to Japanese, which is confusing me because I think we had more 10th anniversary. So this might be those, but I don't know why this random Gabite was in the way. So that's a little bit annoying, but let's see. No idea what this one is. All right, we're back with 10th anniversary. So I think they put this out of order. There is no chance I put a Gabite in the middle of my 10th anniversary set. So I don't know why those are out of order. I don't think that was my fault, but this looks a little bit off center, right to left. So I think this one's actually gonna be a 9, despite the other ones all being 10s. The back is perfect, but right to left center, it's a little bit shifted to the right. I'm guessing 9, and it gets a 10, okay. So my grading is not normally like this. I've normally honestly gotten fairly unlucky with some grades. Some things that I think, I find them being a little bit strict on, but I guess we had a good grader, you know. Maybe he got a kiss before work from his wife or something. He was in a good mood. He only packed a lunch or something. You know, had some leftover from the night prior. He was in a good mood, whatever it was. Maybe his team won the night before. But that's kind of what it is with grading. No matter if you're going with BGS, PSA, CGC, all these companies, they'll like it's you're grading. It's a minimum wage worker or it's not a career job of somebody grading these cards. So there's a lot of variance here. It's not like you have SM Pratt grading your cards. It's not like you have some of these people that are very deep in the hobby. You know, Dan Kitchemal Collectibles is not grading my 10th anniversary set. It's people that probably don't know anything about Pokemon. So you're gonna get a good grader, you're gonna get a bad grader. And so far, this is an example of having a really good grader. But it's even more clear to me now that this is out of order, because now we're back to English, which really shouldn't be the case. I think I submitted like 6 of these 10th anniversary, but there's only 4 so far. So no idea why, but I'd rather have the better grades and the lack of order than keeping them in order and being more strict. So again, no idea what this is. Okay. Supreme Victor's Level X. This was a childhood card for me. I didn't buy this recently. This has been in a binder for whenever I pulled it. So it's probably in worse condition. You see some scratching up there. Trying to keep my fingers off the front. We're doing a terrible job. Scuffing up top. This should not be higher than an 8. 8 would be a good day. I think it'll be a 7. It's an 8. Okay, so yes, I mean, not much to say about it. That isn't, I guess it could be an 8. I would give it a 7, but an 8 is acceptable. There's some other ones so far that have been a little bit farther off, but 8 is, I can do that with this. And there's a little swirl there. So this isn't a PC card for me, so I think I will be selling that. So if you are interested, you can check my eBay for that. This isn't to show the items, I just want to show my cards. But next we got a Naganadel. I don't know, I'm gonna be honest, don't know why I submitted this. I don't remember submitting this, but here it is. It's a Black Star promo Naganadel. I think this was from an ETB. I'm not gonna flip it around because it should be mint. Oh, well, okay. I thought it was gonna be a 10, but it's a 9. So that's fine. I mean, it's not a profitable card. I don't know why I submitted this. It looks good to me, you know, could have been a 10, could have been a 9, but with everything else we've gotten so far, I am totally okay with this getting a 9. So, interesting. I don't know why I graded that. Now we're back to Japanese, so no idea what's happening here. I thought I divided them between Japanese and English, but I guess they just, you know, shuffled them around because we're back to 10th movie commemoration. So this is the Explosive Birth Lugia, probably my favorite card in the set. This is the one that I hope gets the 10 the most. Looks very clean. I don't remember if there was anything I noticed ahead of time, but let's see what it got. And it got a 9. So unfortunately, my favorite card from the set didn't get the 10, but that is okay. It's still a beautiful card, and there's nothing wrong with 9s, especially with 2007 holos. With 2007 holos, 9s are great. It's like, for me, you know, I don't really need the 10. But look at this holo pattern. I love that Lugia pose. Just a phenomenal card. And this is an exclusive art to this set. So let's keep on chugging along. Back to EX Reverse Foils, which all were together when I submitted it. It was with this Squirtle here, down there. Alright, so, Doduo, Hidden Legends. This one, you know, it's pretty clean. If the Squirtle got a 9, this is probably on par with that one, so I think it should be an 8, but I'm gonna guess 9. 9. Okay, so sorry if my cards are like going off screen here. I'm kind of looking over the card a little bit, but 9 on the Hidden Legends Reverse Holo. We love that. So again, they're being a bit generous, but that is okay. That is okay with me. That's one of those cards where even though it could have been an 8, there's no hard feelings with it being a 9. It's not like an egregious 9. This is one of my favorite cards ever made. This is the Dragon Frontiers Delta Species Swallow. I love the fire around the bird. I think it's normally an uncommon. Yeah, it's an uncommon normally. So this is the only way you can get it in holo. This one also looks fairly mint. Corners are looking good. Oh, what's that right there? There's a little bit of an indent there. So assuming they missed that, I'm guessing 8 or 9. 9. Okay. All right. This is a very good submission. I have not much else to say on that. This is just a very good submission so far. This is another 10th anniversary promo. I'm gonna move these back a little bit because I want to get more of the card in picture. There you go. Okay. So this is a Darkrai, different art style from the previous 10th anniversary or 10th movie ones, because these are 10th commemoration promos. These were on a set together, but this 10th movie promo was handed out at the 10th movie. So when you would buy the 10th movie commemoration promo binder, it had one blank in it. There was one blank where you were supposed to put the Darkrai when you get it at the movie theater. So these were all set together. That's why they have similar art styles and stuff. But this Darkrai was different, and it was kind of an add-on to that set. Again, it looks very clean. I wouldn't have submitted it otherwise. There's a bit of nicks at the top, so I don't think it's a 10. I think it's a 9, and it gets a 10. Okay. I wish I could trade that with the Lugia, because I think the Lugia is a better quality card than this Darkrai, but we will take a 10. I mean, yeah, things are going well so far. This has been a very good submission. Very happy about that. Yeah, One more Japanese card here. I think I'm done with the 10th commemoration. So this is an unrelated card, I believe. I am wrong. I am wrong. It is the Mew. So yeah, these are all out of order, which is it's a little frustrating, but it's whatever. A little bit top down. Top looks a little bit thinner than the bottom, but again, another mint binder fresh card. Looks good to me. This could be a 9 or a 10. It kind of goes either way. With how things are going, I'm guessing 10, but yep, there we go. So to me, it's a 10. So that's the only card in this set I didn't get the 10 for was the Lugia, which is unfortunate because I love the Lugia the best, but that's okay. Since I'm getting close to a 10 set, I still don't know if I would complete the 10 set because the 10s are worth like triple what the 9s are. I still might get the rest of the cards in it because there's still some cards you haven't even seen yet from this set. I think I'll just get those in a 9. First edition Machamp. This was from that 2-player starter deck, but this card I actually opened from the foil itself. It wasn't sealed in a 2-player starter deck, but this that came out of that deck was sealed. So it's actually fairly mint. Oh, that's my fingerprint. Don't worry about that. My sweaty fingers, I guess. It's left to right off center, so definitely not a 10. Some scuffing down there. I'm gonna guess an 8. Okay, so it gets the 9. I'd say that's a weak 9. That's definitely a weak 9. With how off center the back is, you can see so clearly. So you get into this little headlight in the background. I wasn't noticing that. The right side is so much slimmer than the left. A little bit of white marks on the right here. Some scuffing bottom right, bottom left here. 9 is generous. 9 is definitely generous. But this has been a generous submission, so we push forward. This isn't just a normal energy. I know at first glance you're like, what the hell is this? This is a Trainer Deck A card, which makes it exponentially rarer than a normal energy, obviously. This is a very beat up copy, obviously, but these cards are so hard to find. People just want the card. They understand, this looks like a 7 to me. Pretty beat up on the corners. Those are some soft corners there. 7 would be generous. This better not be an 8. And it's a 7. Okay, so I agree with them on this one. Thick right side here. So yeah, definitely 7 quality. This upper corner is all messed up. So our first 7 of the day. Happy to say that. Now we got a pass card. This is Imakuni's PC. This card is more of a joke because there was another card in this set called Bill's PC. And how Bill's PC worked was you would submit Bill's PC, I believe. If you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was called Bill's PC, but it was like the pass card at the top. You would submit that alongside like a Machoke or what is it? Not Alakazam, Kadabra in those cards, and they would send you back I forget what it's called. This is so embarrassing. I'll put it on screen if I remember. But it's a card set that has all of those like trade evolution cards. So you send in Bill's PC and a Kadabra or something, and they send you back the Alakazam or from that set. So I'll put the name on screen. I forget it off the top of my head, but this is like a joke version of that card. I forgot to even like grade it, but 9, we'll take the 9. That's probably pretty accurate. Yeah, this is a 9. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a 10. There's some small errors, but I don't think it's bad enough for an 8, so it's a little bit off center. So 9, I'm cool with that. That is a correct 9. And 2 cards left from this pile. Ooh, lots of holo going on here. This is the movie promo for Entei from Pokemon. Which movie was it? I forget. It's called Pokemon 3, but I forget what the actual name of it was. This was another card that I pulled from a wrapper myself. A little bit of white dot down there. I'm sorry you're getting this headlight. I have to remember to not angle it that way. Little bit of soft corner right there. White dot there. I'm guessing 9. 8, I'm okay with that. There's probably something else I'm missing because like I said, I pre-graded these a little bit, but it's been so long I didn't write any notes like I normally do. That an 8 is definitely acceptable. I'm okay with that, especially with the other things we've gotten so far. Then we got Rocket Scissor. This is the winner version, so you see the holo winner there. This was given out as a prize at competitive matches and stuff like that. There's some damage. Top right, top left here. I'm doing like the opposite. When I say top right, I was pointing here. So top left, top right. Small white dots down here. I'm gonna guess 8. 8. Okay, cool. Good with that. we are on the same page there, and now we're getting into the back 9 here. Let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna adjust that. We got Mighty Ina from Delta Species, off center from right to left. I love these Delta Species cards. I like this one was a non-holo rare, so because it was a non-holo rare, its reverse doesn't have a gold border, which I wasn't a huge fan of. Like I mean, it makes sense. I like how they distinguish between holo rares and rares for reverse holos, but I just love the gold borders. So I'm not a huge fan of these non-gold border ones, but you know, still a great looking card. Off center from right to left. Let's see any damage on the back. Top right here, again, that's my fingerprint. Yeah, little white dots on these 2 corners. Still off center. I'm gonna guess 8, 9. Okay. It's a bit off center for me for a 9, but you know, that seems to be the going theme here. So we'll take that. Again, when I think I'll sell that one. I'll definitely make a note. Oh, that's not the 9 pile. I'll definitely make a note of its off-centerness in case they can't see that on the eBay listing, but they should be able to. It's probably the easiest thing to be able to differentiate on eBay. But just gonna adjust that. Next, we have Cosmic Eclipse tag team card. This isn't one of the alt art tag teams, it's just a normal one. Again, not really sure why I graded this. It's looking a little off-center. This might not even get a 10, it might be a 9. Yeah, I'm doing better on these vintage holos than I am on ultra modern, so that's a little bit embarrassing. But again, not sure why I submitted that. Maybe I was just looking to fill up an order. But the back looks great. It's just the front that's noticeably off-center. So cool with the 9. I agree with the 9. That is all right with me. Now we got, oh, what was I doing? This is, why did I submit this? Why did I submit? I'm gonna push these cards back. Sorry if I'm bumping the camera and stuff. This was from that family Pokemon game, like how to play the game starter set thing from 2019. I'm not gonna go through the damage on it because I don't really care. Gets a 10, okay, whoop-de-doo, you know. I would have been more upset if it didn't get a 10, because then it would have had 0 redeeming qualities. But some old school EXs, I like to dabble those in here because I have a whole bunch of them. I'm kind of slowly trickling them into my submissions. It looks like a little bit like cockeyed. It's not necessarily just strictly off center and wonder. It's like the top right corner is a bit high, like it was just like rotated a little bit. Back, some damage on the top left there. Bottom, the 2 bottom corners looking a little bit white. You can see a little bit of whitening there, a little bit of whitening there. 9, 10. Okay. This one could be a 10. It's not. I was being very picky with those little white dots. This is an understandable 10. I would have graded it a 9, but I'm not upset. I mean, obviously not upset, but I'm not surprised that I got a 10. It's definitely possible. So I'm very cool with that. Moving forward, now we're getting into some V-Star Universe here. One of my favorite sets they've ever released. This is one of my favorite cards in my favorite set. Or not my favorite set. It's probably my favorite ultra modern set. Let's say that. These ones I hope are all 9s or 10s. I definitely hope they're all 9s or 10s. No, there shouldn't be any 8s with these. Or if they are, I obviously missed something. A little bit off center, right to left, but it looks pretty good. And it gets the 10. Bang. There we go. Beautiful card. Ultra modern, a hot potato kind of card, unless you want it for a PC. Yeah, but this set, I actually watch it daily. Not excruciatingly, but like once a day or once every few days. I have a page open that's the V-Star Universe Pop Report. I just refresh it, and every time I refresh it, I try and guess how much it's going up by. People are grading this card, this set. They're grading this set in droves. Every time I refresh it, a few thousand more have been graded. It's crazy. So that's a good 10 with the Deoxys. I'm liking our 9s and 10s piles here. It's looking pretty good. Then we got a Drampa. One of those cards that I was like, you know, I like the card. It's a PC card, but I just want to see it in a slab. It's not valuable. If it gets a 9, it would probably be worthless, which it might. Let's see. It gets a 10. There we go. But I love this Kamiya art. Kamiya has such a unique style with his like watercolors and stuff like that. It's just beautiful. So love this card. This is holo in Japanese, but it's not in English. So that's why I liked it. It gets the 10. Now we got another V-Star Universe alt art. I didn't put these out of order. The grader did. I think he just shuffled my whole pile before he put them back in. So again, I hope this is a 10, but if it's a 9, we're okay with that. It gets the 10. So our 10 pile has surpassed our 9 pile. That's what we want to see. And I have 3 cards left. Another V-Star Universe alt art. This is the Darkrai. Again, I hope it's a 10. If it's a 9, I'll live. It gets the 10. Okay, perfect. Look at the textures. This card, I mean, I think that was intentional, but it reminds me of, if you ever did the event in Gen 4, you know, I was playing in Gen 4, so I got to do all those events in the moment when they were like released at Toys R Us or whatever, where you'd like plug into this thing, it would give you an event. Loved, like, the way they did events back then, where it felt so personal and it felt so special. Now it's just you go on Wi-Fi and they just give you a box. There's no, like, you don't get a cutscene, you don't get a little side quest. With these ones, it was like, oh, you unlock this new area, you get to go in this house where this little girl's having a nightmare, and then you have to she's having a nightmare because Darkrai's there, so you have to like go to, what is it, like Full Moon Island or like New Moon, whatever, something island, like New Birth, or no, Birth, I don't even know what I'm talking about. It's one of those like weird islands. You fight Darkrai, and when you come back, she's like woken up from her nightmare. Really cool story. But this card reminds me of when you see Darkrai in that island. So if you haven't seen it, I'll look up a video of that event from Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. Loved that event. But this just reminds me of like that sinister, it's like a foggy island when you walk in and you just see him lurking in the water. It's great. So glad to have that in a 10. 2 cards left. Oh, this little throwback. This is actually Boxy, everyone calls it Boxy, Best of XY. This was a hard to get set, even for the time. They didn't print very many of them, so especially surviving copies in good condition are not very common. So getting a 9 or a 10 would be amazing. The front looks really good. A little bit of stuff going on up there, top right. Let's see how the back's looking. My thumbprint, ignore that. This actually looks really clean. If it gets a 10, I'll be ecstatic. If it's a 9, I'm okay with that. It gets a 9, cool with that. This hollow pattern is great. Vaporeon is a great subject for the card. But yeah, no, great card. Happy to have it at 9. I'm okay with that. And how are we gonna end off here? So definitely not a 10. I know this off the bat because this card was beat up. This is a Deoxys. It's a regional champs version though, so you have to get this at a competition. And regional champs was a little bit higher up than the normal entry level, so there's not as many of them. Not as normal as like a normal stamped card. This card was pretty beat up if I remember. Probably at least it's not terrible actually. Top right is messed up. Bottom 2 corners are messed up. I'm guessing 8 at best. 9. Okay, I mean that ending off that kind of perfectly encapsulates this submission. You know, this was a very good submission. I've never had this kind of luck with cards being graded higher than I think they should be. And I say luck in the sense that I understand they might not be this, like this might, some of those 10s might be equivalent to a 9 for someone else, and for me honestly. But you know, just to have that grade premium, even though on eBay when I list these, even the 10s, I'll be like, hey, if there's an error with this, I will be honest about it. People are gonna pay for the label, no matter what. I can show them my 9 that I think is worthy of an 8, and I can show them an 8 that's worthy of a 9, and I guarantee most people will pay more for the 9. That's just how it is. People will pay more for the grade, even knowing it's, oh wow, that was awesome. Sorry, I didn't finger over the lens. People will pay for the grade, even knowing that it might not be the same quality as a lower grade. That's just how people are. So I try and be honest on my eBay listings and stuff, but you know, this was a very successful submission for me. I'll do one recap of all the cards, so I'll do them quickly though, so I don't bore you to death. So a lot of V-Star Universe 10s, which I'm psyched about. I love V-Star Universe. I don't think I'm going to complete the set or anything in the alt arts. I am doing it in the character rares, but I don't think I'll do it for the alt arts just because there's some behemoths in that set. This random card, I don't know really why that was in this order, but another V-Star Universe. My Drampa. So I was really excited about this this EX, the black and white. Yeah, black and white EXs. If you look back on these gold all caps EXs, you would probably lump XY and black and white together because they look very similar art styles. But the black and white ones are so much rarer. You know, XY had it's still for today's standards, XY is very short printed compared to like what we have now with Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet. But black and white before it is a whole nother league smaller. Black and white, I was there. Black and white was a ghost town. So having these black and white 10s is huge for me because I can't imagine there's very many of them. You know, who cares about that card? And I think the rest, these are all 10th movie commemoration. Oh, I'm gonna drop them all. That'd be cool. So, fumbling around off screen here. So we got the Darkrai, got your Entei. I love these arts. They're all unique arts. Altomares Latios, Altomares Latias. I'm really struggling clicking them in together. Celebi. My favorite, sadly, did not get to 10. The explosive birth Lugia. We got this one, probably shouldn't have been a 9, but you know, it is what it is. You know, our Boxy Vaporeon from those cool reverses. Some Ultra Modern that I failed, I swung and missed on. And then all my EX reverses all got 9s. That was very impressive. Because the EX era is so condition sensitive. EX and Diamond and Pearl, those two eras, honestly, and Black and White, those 3 eras, I think are the worst condition eras I've ever seen. I haven't opened extensively WotC, but I know there are some condition sensitive sets like Rocket, but I don't know, like just EX era in general, Diamond and Pearl, Black and White, they'd come out of the packs, they'd be 7s, they'd be 8s. And you know, grading wasn't really popular back then, but still, like, just looking on hindsight, I'd like, there's cards of mine that I knew because I opened them personally and I put them right from the pack into a sleeve, into a top loader. And I was going back, oh, maybe I can grade these. Nope, they're all 7s, they're all 8s. They're mangled. And we're talking like Plasma Blast, Plasma Freeze. Like those cards, they're just destroyed. So like to get these EX era 9s, that's huge for me. The Diamond and Pearl 9s and 10s, the Black and White 10, like that's big for me because those are so hard it's a hard grade to replicate. So yeah, Hidden Legends, my sad PSA 9. I really wish this got a 10, but you know, I would have traded 2 or 3 of those other 10s for this 10, but it is what it is. Still a beautiful card, and I don't want to be spoiled, you know, a 9 is an amazing grade. I think like people from like vintage sports come over and they see modern sports and modern Pokemon and stuff complaining about 9s, like, oh my god, this card sucks, I only want a 10. Like, the difference between a 9 and a 10 is so minuscule. Like if I handed you this card and I was like, what's wrong with this Naganadel? Or that's a bad example because who cares about that card? But like this Squirtle, I'm like, what's wrong with this Squirtle? You know, it's a little bit off center. You know, there's one white dot up there. Would you pay $200 more for not having that white dot? Like some people would, but you know, I personally think 9s are much better deals than 10s. I really only buy 9s unless it's like very ultra modern and very cheap. Was psyched with this one. The Call of Legends reverse. That was all of our 9s. Back to our 8s here. You know, we got a Scissors promo, the Entei promo, the Diamond and Pearl Charizard. This is another card. I believe I pulled this and put it right in the sleeve. This was a pack fresh card. I mean, granted it was in 2007. Maybe not because of that. That's pretty egregious for a pack pull. But most of these cards are almost a pack pull. And then this card, a very rare Gabite calendar card. And then finally our 1/7 is the Trainer Deck A with the unique red back with the text on it. So that was all today. That was a long video, so sorry about that. If you stuck around, that's awesome. But let me know what you thought about that. How are your submissions going? How fast you're getting them back? And what do you think about this one? You know, did I just get insanely lucky? Because I think I did. But yeah, let me know. Thanks. Bye.